Guys, so I didn't trade this morning, but we'll get right into it for my analysis for the day. So, um, it opened and went to the upside, which was fine, but actually I should show my bias. On the hourly, it was obvious that, why did it take me all the way over here? We seemed bullish on I think it was the 4 hour. Maybe not, whatever. But my bias was bullish between, I think it was on the 1 hour. And I must have, yeah, it was over here. We had taken out highs, and so I figured we had buy side liquidity up here. And so if we were going to move up, which we ended up doing into this buy side liquidity, we could expect at the very least to move down into this order block, was my expectation, or lower, being this sell side liquidity. I think I had that got reached into. I think what I had also was this order block. Um, and then there was also this sell side liquidity. So I was kind of just looking to see what would happen first, primarily on that 950 to 1010 kill zone, which I told you guys I was looking at in the past, I think in the last video. So, for the record, no, let's see. I did not trade, same as it has been. This chop right in here is expected. Mm, After we have this, I mean, I think ICT was talking about this morning, but we have ICT, what am I saying? ICT, this is accumulation followed by distribution, second wave distribution, and then smart money reversal to the downside. And I think he was talking about there was a couple of opening ranges in here that price was moving within, which is nice. But how I saw this was we had this sweep of buy side liquidity, and if you go back on the 1 minute, if you have a high up here, and this being your buy side liquidity, as you go up, you'll find that there is. Once this buy side liquidity is swept, what I like to look for is just like the first 1 minute um imbalance or volume imbalance. And so that's this right here. That's what I found here. And so that lines up pretty well with price is this. Um, so it sweeps buy side liquidity, it fills this volume imbalance, and then this is that just it's just a high. So I went on to the 15 second just to analyze price action because I want to get because I mean ICT concepts work on all time frames, but there is this large rejection wick, which you want to, what the hell? That's the wrong thing. This is what I was looking for. This is a rejection wick. Um, and we not only go down to CE, but we close below it, followed by a close outside of that rejection wick. So that gave me a pretty bearish bias for where we were headed. And then there was also market structure shift here. And then if you take this and you find the CE, which exists right over, which exists right here. We move above the CE and into this up here, and this rejection wick lines up with this volume imbalance and this fair value gap. So it's just a bunch of things lining up, in my opinion. Right there for a really good fair value gap, and it almost hits C and doesn't quite hit it. So if I were to make an entry, this is where I would have entered, just at a tick above um, that fair value gap, and then just putting stops at the top of the whatever candle created this fair value gap, the high, the open, I mean. And then for targets, I was looking at this minor buy side liquidity followed by, I mean, sell side liquidity followed by, oh, and then this was turtle soup. Uh, Um, yeah, and then we take out this minor sell side liquidity, and then I think yeah, this order block, which is what I was looking at, was I wanted to see the order block it entered into, which it enters into right here, and then immediately reacts off of. So I probably would have gotten stopped out in that whole jumble in there. But had I kept it in, I would have targeted the mean threshold of the order block, and then the sell side liquidity and sell side liquidity, and that would have been it for me. And that's exactly what we did. We went through the order block, reacted, into the order block again, small reaction into here, and then we had this push down to CE above, and then push down to that sell side liquidity. So that was really my approach for the day. That was my review. There wasn't really a whole lot else I was looking at, so yeah, that's gonna be it. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.